From what I've learned traveling on cloud ships, this is a ship's bell. They use this to signal the crew when a load of cargo is ready to be hoisted up.
Kian! Do not leave without me! Quick, pull me up!
I could use his help on this mission. No. The Resistance needs him here. No. I'm sorry, Liko.
You bastard!
Zoe. Zoe? Zoe? Zoe?
Shoo, bird.
Oh, shoo yourself, you big hairy lug.
What in Charles' name? I know you. You arrived with that Stark girl yesterday. You're her bird.
Her bird. I am my own bird, I'll have you know. Her bird. Pfft, the nerve of some people. Besides, I lost her. She done gone vanished on me. I am, it seems, an expert at misplacing beautiful young women.
She's not misplaced. She's with the Resistance.
The Resistance. So she did find the rebels, and she didn't think to tell me. Well, some friend she turned out to be.
Well, to be fair to the girl, it wasn't entirely voluntary.
What do you mean? They kidnapped her. Crow to the rescue! So, where exactly did they kidnap her to?
I'm not supposed to... Well, I reckon the chances of you being an Azadi spy are rather remote. And that poor girl could probably use a friend. Do you know the old Sentinel Library outside the city? It's in ruins now, but beneath it, in the Enclave, you'll find your girl. Unless they took her head, in which case...
Hold on, Zoe! Hold on to your head! I'm on my way!
Oh, Vic, the ever thirsty.
Aye, that's me. What can I help you with, Da? A bit too early in the day for a drink, is it not?
We're taking you in for questioning in relation to Azadi property that was stolen in your establishment the other evening.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid I know nothing about that, Da.
Good. Then this should be quick. Please come with us, Mr. Ever Thirsty.
And what about my tavern? My customers? It's the reaping. People expect the taps to be open and the beer to be flowing.
They're going to have to visit some other establishment today.
I trust you got some sleep last night?
I would have, if you guys believed in bed sheets and pillows.
You are fortunate to be alive, girl. Who are you? Why do you ask questions about the Resistance?
I'll keep it simple. On the other hand, asking for the rebels is what got me into trouble in the first place. Deny everything? Or maybe it's better to mention the rebels. I'll keep it. I'm Zoe. I need your help.
Our help? With what?
I didn't know who else to ask. I need to get to the Purple Mountains.
I don't know where that is.
What about the Ular?
I'm sorry.
Obnaxis? Of the Venar?
I have heard of the Venar, but they left the Northlands. And up Nexus? Maybe a whisper. Long ago? Nothing more. I cannot help you.
Damn. Is there anyone here who would know?
Perhaps. But you haven't answered my question, girl. Why should we help you? For all I know, you're an agent of the Azadi.
No, I'm...
Zoe! She's Zoe!
Balance?
Don't you dare touch her head. She's on an important mission.
I see. And who are you?
Crow, honorary rebel, long-term avian buddy, and occasional sidekick of April Ryan, rebel leader, adventurer, hero, savior of the balance. That's right. Here's Crow. This is him. I'm me. So, where's April? She can vouch for Zoe. They're best friends, tight as two chicks in a nest. I don't see April. Is she out on a mission or sleeping in or... Why are you both looking at me like that?
I thought you knew.
Knew what? What's going on? What?
April Ryan is dead, Bird. She was assassinated during an Azadi raid on Myria the winter before last. She died a hero's death and was given a hero's burial. We remember her fondly.
What?
I'm so sorry. Crow! Crow! Okay, I'm an idiot.
I've heard of this bird. Crow. So, you knew April Ryan?
We met a couple of times. I was there when she died. I found her. I tried to save her, but I couldn't. So, yeah, I guess I knew April.
You're the Stark girl. The one who dreams. They spoke of you. Bakim, Bryn, Chawan. They said you were one of us. Oh, this certainly changes things. But how did you...
Liko's wondering, now that Kian's gone, if we should maybe... Oh. Hello. You have lovely hair.
I'll speak with Liko Enu. With Kian gone, we need to change our plans.
Kian. Big Azadi guy. People call him the Apostle.
You know him?
We met once, briefly. He was kind to me. But isn't he the enemy?
Was. He's with us now. Defected. Yep. Well, except that he abandoned us again to go on a crazy suicide mission.
He left last night.
Of course. After everything that's happened, we just miss each other.
Oh, Enu. This is... Zoe. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you, Enu.
You're so pretty. That came out wrong. Wanna be friends? Oh, sorry.
Zoe needs our help. She has questions. Maybe you can...
Of course. No problem. Leave this to me, Shepard.
I'm sorry for questioning you, Zoe. And I'm sorry I could not be of any assistance. Please, stay. Speak with Enu and the others. Perhaps someone here has the answers you're looking for.
Thank you, Shepard.
Where are you from? Your clothes are amazing. Where did you get them?
They came with the jump. I'm from Stark. That's...
Across the divide, on the flip side of the balance, the world of science. Are you serious? That's incredible. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start. I am seriously worried my head might explode. I think I need to sit down.
Oh, don't explode. I'm not that special. I mean, you're orange, and the ears...
I'm just a boring old Zid. It's totally normal. Holy crap, Stark. I can't believe it. How did you get here? Are you a shifter?
A dreamer. I just dream myself here.
Just dream yourself here. That's it. No biggie. You are the best thing I have ever seen. Seriously.
Really? Okay. Thank you.
So, what do you need help with? Shepard said...
I'm trying to find the Purple Mountains, and a tribe of magical creatures called the Ular. Someone, a Vanar named Abnaxus, told me to...
Whoa, slow down. Okay. Purple Mountains, Ular, Vanar, Abnaxus, right? Nope. None of that sounds remotely familiar. I have never heard any of those words before. Of course, there are a lot of things I don't know. I was a farm girl. A silly zidling. There's so much I don't know. But I do know where to look for answers.
Oh? Where?
The library. The library holds all the answers. Do you have libraries in Stark? Never mind, silly question. Of course you don't. I'll go to our library right now and start looking. Purple Mountains, Ular, Abnaxus of the Vanar. Come find me when you're ready. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Oh, sorry.
Shepherd, leader of the rebels. I wouldn't want to get on her bad side. She scares me a bit. He looks less than friendly. I'm not sure I want to speak with him. They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to.
I wish I could have been more helpful and inviting. If I'd known.
I understand. You have to be cautious.
There's much I'd like to ask you, much I'd like to learn. But with Kian gone, my workload has increased twofold. Perhaps another time, when we're both not so preoccupied.
I'd like that.
I don't know what your mission is, but I have a feeling it's important, and that our destinies are entwined. We shall speak again, Zoe Castillo. When the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the Great Plain stands straight and tall once more.
There he is. I should go talk to Crow. I can't believe he didn't know about April. I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I just can't... I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know? I felt it in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
How can you ever know something like that? He's not alone in feeling that. How can you... He's not alone in feeling that. I know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
I witnessed the whole thing. But should I tell Crow that? Perhaps better to avoid the topic and get him thinking about other things. I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I couldn't.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, you know, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good, good, good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good, good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago, and I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxis chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to. One of those big cow turtle things I saw back in town. One thing's for sure, I'm never, ever riding one. A white dragon. There's only supposed to be one of those at any given time. I met the current one. She was beautiful. and eccentric. What's he doing? He looks nervous. Should I interfere or wait until he's done? That's the guy who put a bag over my head. What's he doing? Maybe I shouldn't interrupt him. That's the guy. Hey.
God, you gave me a fright. I was just... I mean, I'm not... Are you supposed to be walking around on your own?
He looks guilty. What's going on here? This doesn't look right, but I probably shouldn't be snooping. He looks... Is this your room?
Well, we don't... You know, we don't have our own rooms. Anyway, Keen's gone. I was just looking for... It's Zoe, is it not? I'm Jakai, Benrima Salman's nephew. She said some very nice things about you.
You'll have to give her my regards. How is Benrime? I noticed the Journeyman was closed down.
Yeah, she's in Coldstone. They arrested her for colluding with the Resistance. She was sentenced to 10 years in the dungeons. I don't know if she'll survive that. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that you're back in town.
I'm sorry about your aunt.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know what I'll do without her. She's the only family I have. Look, I have to go into town on an errand now, but please let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
I believe that mural depicts this place. The Enclave. Apparently, it used to be a library. They kept me locked up in one of those cells all night. This may not be a prison, but it's not far from it. They add colour to the place, if nothing else. I assume it's not an actual dragon's head, but you just never know in this world.
I'm not the one you should be speaking to. Try Shepherd, or Leekyor, or Enu, she's in the library. Or perhaps the General, wherever he is.
You knew April. You were there when she died. Shepherd told me. I wanted to know what you saw.
I saw April and Kian talking. Then the Asadi soldiers arrived and April was stabbed with a spear. She fell into the water. Kian was arrested. He was obviously distraught. I tried to save her, but I was too late.
Against the entire Azadi army, there wasn't much you could do.
You two were friends?
For a time, we were more than friends. We were good friends. She was the strongest and bravest woman I ever knew. I respected her. I loved her.
It can't hurt to ask. Shepherd said to ask around, and this guy looks sort of purplish. Maybe there's a connection. Shepherd said, "Have you heard of the Purple Mountains?"
I have not. I don't know the Northlands, and I have no inclination to know it any better than I do. When this war is over, I'm going back to our homelands. My people need me.
Maybe he'll warm up a little if I ask him a personal question. Maybe he'll... Where is home for you?
The continent you know as Azadir, my people's ancestral home. We call it Antiqua Aba, land of the setting sun. We are the Dole Antiqua, and we were there first. When our enemy's been sent scurrying from this place, we're taking the war home.
Well, good luck. He's a magical. Magicals must know something about other magicals, right? Is that racist? Speciesist? Do you know anything about the Ular?
What are they?
A magical people. They live in the Purple Mountains.
Outside the Southlands and Azadir. I haven't seen much of this world. I don't know the Ular.
It can't. Does the name Abnaxus mean anything to you?
No.
I don't. I'm going to keep looking around.
You go ahead.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to. So many books. Which makes sense, given that this used to be a library. Enu's really weird and very sweet, and I like her a lot.
Nope, nothing, no. I've been trying to find a book or scroll or manuscript or map or torn note page or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or a piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library!
She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. There must be something here. This is where I try to connect and make friends. She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. There must... So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but...
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ular?
Nothing. I mean, the Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
She seems so curious about me, and I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short. She seems... Enu, right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. I mean, no, yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a surly warrior with mommy issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. I mean... There's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his Anne issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
Neural programming. I mean, I did. Then my world shut down, and now I just watch a lot of shows and eat. Sorry.
Didn't understand any of that, but it was still amazing. Tell me again?
Maybe next time?
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
This is where... You just joined the Resistance?
Oh, yes. No. Not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right. And it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
I do. I think. We haven't spoken in a while, and he doesn't know. I think we need to have a long talk if I get back home. It's been a very tough year, for the both of us. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. Oh, Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jeharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxis' stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
Sorry about that. Disregard him. Not important. There must be something in this library. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep digging until I find something.
I have to resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur. I don't think that'd be kosher. That guy looks familiar, but I'm not quite sure where I... Is that Blind Bob, the beggar? That guy looks familiar. Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking?
Is that Blind Bob,
Well,
the beggar?
Blessed be Miss Striped Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the eight-eyed octo-god of Tartillus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left my life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
I just can't imagine how the Blind Bob I met in Marcuria turned into this man. It's an impressive transformation. He was theoretically blind, but now he can see. It makes less and less sense the more I think about it. What happened to your theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind, or if it was all hypothemetaphysical. You know, just in my head, like. It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum, particularly on account of the blindness. I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches. Well, Pa, I'm sorry about the breeches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer blind Bob. Call me Bob who can see.
Didn't he just mention Abnaxis? Or was that my imagination? General? I just can't imagine how the Blind Bob I met in Marcuria turned into this man. It's an impressive transformation. How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Marcuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you. And I feel 20 years younger to boot.
General? General? Are you an actual general?
Aye. See these stripes? General Bob, that's me. I takes care of the logic sticks round here, so the place don't crumble to pieces. Shepard's busy with the strategering. Kian sorts out who to murder and how. Liko makes a fine job of being contrary, and Enu keeps everyone's spirits up. I mean, when she's not shooting Azadi soldiers in their eyeballs with her bow and arrow. Me, I make sure the ladder's stocked, the sheets are clean, relatively speaking, and that the piss pots are empty. Can't go to war on a full bladder.
Have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
Oh, aye. Aye, of course. Everyone's heard of the Turtle Mountains. They're...
No, sorry. Purple, not turtle.
That's what I said. Turtle. Right, of course. You don't know. Why would you? My apologies, lassie. See, I have a serious P deficiency. It's been a lifelong struggle. The Turtle Mountains. Nope, never heard of them. Sorry.
Didn't he just... Do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus? Now, there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Marcurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
I'm sure he said key. And where there's a key... I'm sure he... You said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
They called it the abode back then. Abnaxus's abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode?
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key, can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron, worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
You spoke with the General. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's a step in the right direction.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, Zoe, but there's something about you that... I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
May your gods favor your journey. You'll be in my thoughts and dreams.
A round table? Check. Chivalrous knights? Check. Magic? Check. That's right, this would make for a great theme restaurant. They look like some sort of mer people. I wonder if they're real, or just a myth. I hope it's not too far into town because, yeah, I've seen sturdier boats in bathtubs.
Shepard said to take you into town. Just get in that boat and we'll leave immediately.
You're back! And your head's still on! Did you swim?
Swim? No, boat. I boated. I mean, they dropped me off in a boat.
Impressive. So, what's the next step on our grand adventure? Tea and biscuits? A hearty nap, perhaps?
I need to find the City Green and the home of Abnaxus.
I visit the City Green every day to clean my feathers in the fountain. Follow me. I really wish you had wings.
So do I, Crow. Hey, are you okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be?
I mean, April and...
Of course I'm not okay, okay? But I'm okay. I'll be okay. It's okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay.
She's not the first friend I've lost, and she won't be the last. You learn to roll with the punches. It's either that or punch back. Real hard. How's your memory coming along? Do you remember anything about this place now?
I worked so hard to remember, but no, not much. It was winter.
True. Winter changes everything, what with the snow and the ice and all.
And the city looked different. Smaller.
It probably has grown a bit.
But no, I don't really remember anything at all.
Perfectly fine. I also remember very little, but then I am a bird with a bird brain. So what can you expect?
Why are you asking me? I'm not a bloody engineer. I'm just intrigued about the ceremony.
I keep overhearing people talking about the reaping. This must all be part of the harvest celebrations. What's going on here? Isn't that... Are they trying to chop down Abnaxus's abode? Great. That's great.
So this is it. Abode of, big ugly thing what speaks funny?
Apparently so.
And there's someone else here.
Apparently so.
Huh. So what now?
I don't know. Do you have any suggestions?
We kill them, bury their bodies, and then go about our lives as if nothing happened.
That's disturbing.
I know, I'm dark.
I'm really not in the mood for killing today, or any day.
Fine, then you come up with something.
Once this unholy tree's been knocked down, the electorate will take me seriously. They'll see I have the power to get things done. Maybe then I can stop licking the arses of the Azadi. Goddess this and goddess that. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, sucking up to their feminine deity. Give me a world without gods and goddesses, a world ruled by humans and true Northlanders. No magicals, no supernatural women folk, no superstitious invaders. A world by and for man, and a woman in her rightful place at home.
I think I saw that man in town yesterday speaking to a small crowd. What's he doing?
Ah! A member of the voting public.
I...
Honor Hilaris, Esquire, at your service, madam. But I'm sure I don't need to introduce myself to you, hmm? You've seen my face in print and in public appearances. You know me as an honourable and truthful fellow who stands with the common man. And woman. We shan't forget the common woman. Yes, yes. I'm, of course, running for Commissioner of City Watch, a position sorely and desperately in need of new blood. The Watch needs strength, it needs direction, it needs humanity. In other words, it needs me.
Let's see if I can get him talking about himself. He sounded more than happy to do so. Let's see if I... It's Hilaris, right?
Oh no, Hilaris, Esquire, licensed solicitor, and your candidate for Commissioner of City Watch.
It's an unusual name.
It's unique, certainly, but it's a Northlander name with deep roots in Mercurian society. My father, the esteemed Hubert Hilaris, Esquire, served dutifully for many years on the council. He was respected, feared, and admired by all. Of course, that was before he was beguiled by that Dulmari witch. She used her wily sorcery and beastly sensuality to lure my father away from his family, away from us. I've sworn to restore our sacred heritage. The witches shall burn, humanity shall prevail, and the name Hilaris shall no longer be the butt of spiteful jests.
He appears to be an Azadi supporter. I wonder how genuine it is. He's gunning for a political position with the City Watch. I wonder what his end game is. You're running for City Watch?
Indeed, the Watch is in dire need of strong male leadership in this time of dark crisis.
Male?
As you well know, the current commissioner, a person of the female persuasion, has failed to maintain order in the city in these dark, trying times. She's been soft on sorcery, magnanimous with magicals. She's indulged the occult, and she's extended an open hand to non-humans, acting in discord with our foreign benefactors. Oh, it's understandable she's weak, she's sentimental. She's merely a woman, and she's not been able to properly inspire the men of the Watch to take appropriate action against our occult immigrants. As soon as I'm elected, this will change. We will honour Azadi law and make Mercuria pure again. No more magic, no more magicals. And our women folk can once again return to home and hearth to be pampered and protected by their husbands, fathers and brothers. As it should be, yes, yes.
It looks like they're trying to destroy Abnaxis's abode. He appears... I take it you're happy with the Azadi occupation?
No, I wouldn't call it an occupation, not anymore. The Azadi came to save us from the Tyrant invaders, and they stayed to protect us against all magicals. They're our benefactors, not our oppressors. But the resistance has put us all at risk. unless we re-establish human dominion over the Northlands, we'll be vulnerable when the Azadi eventually return to Azadir. For believe me, they will. Oh, they've promised as much. This is not their land, and this is why I run for office. To build a Mercuria by and for humans, one that can stand the test of time and stand up against occult invaders. We must invest in the future, and you can't spell future without owner Hilaris.
It looks like... Why are you trying to knock down this tree?
Well, it's not just a tree. It's an affront to common decency and humanity. This so-called domicile was the dark and dangerous den of one of the most militant of magicals. An abominable beast that threatened our young and our women by its mere existence. Eradicating this occult stone tree from our historic green is not just my election promise to voters, but my God's-given responsibility as a human being.
I've had enough. Well, best of luck with everything.
Luck is the lazy man's excuse for failure. Luck is an occult idea. I create my own destiny, young madam, and so should you. Here's my advice to you. Find yourself a decent human husband and start breeding decent human babies. This is how you can best contribute to our common manifest destiny. And remember, a vote for honor is a vote for humanity. Is that the best you can do? Oh, I'd take the axe myself if I hadn't just moisturised my hands. This, this dry air, well, you understand.
If it wasn't for Honor's goons, I would thump that reactionary misogynist on the head. No court would convict me. It would be justified homicide.
I got nothing. I mean, aside from murdering, but you seem to be so against that all of a sudden.
Crow, could you fly over there for me?
Why?
Just trust me.
Why?
Jesus, please, Crow.
Fine. Pardon me for wanting to play a role in my own destiny. I'll do it.
A talking bird! Filthy magic!
After talking to Mr. Hilaris, I want nothing more than to administer a solid beating. But I think I'll leave that for next time. Honor Hilaris, an unpleasant man with an unpleasant name. He's standing in the way of our mission.
Goddamn talking
we must
bird!
Get rid of him
Magical aberration!
murdering
Forget my
anyone.
hands on the filthy feathered thing. I'll twist its scrawny little... language. What can I do for you, young madam?
Let's play this nice and cool, Zoe. About that talking bird that's bothering you.
Yes? What about it?
I just saw it.
Where? Where? Go look for that goddamn bird over there.
Are you doing this just to annoy me? Because it's working.
Soft-headed fool. We'll need to carry him home to have someone look at his head. The tree can wait until tomorrow. You do the carrying. I'd do it myself, but someone needs to lead the way and keep an eye out for potholes.
That was brilliant! First, I did my thing, and then that goofball tried to hit me with a rock, and then stuff happened, and Dung for Brains got knocked out, and then they all left. End scene. It was almost like one of those puppet shows that Wizard puts on in the square. It was hilarious!
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's the most fun I've had since... I don't know. I guess since I hung out with April all those years ago.
Locked, but I have the key. This This place looks a lot bigger on the inside. It is a lot bigger on the inside. Okay, this is freaky. I feel dizzy. There must be magic here because this makes no sense. Things can't be bigger on the inside than on the outside. Then again, why should I be surprised? I've seen weirder things. Weird is my new normal. Right, so, clues. Those are some portentous looking books. I wish I could read them. Abnaxus was a very well-read man, thing. It's a map of the Northlands, and the border mountains are right at the top, but no purple mountains. Lots of other mountains, though. Without a reference to the purple mountains, that map won't help me. There are enough musty old books here to fill a university library's special collection of musty old books.
Oh, that's interesting.
Someone's here. I can't let them see what I'm doing. Who's... Oh, God.
I must apologize, ma'am. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Zoe Castillo. You're the last person I expected to find here.
I have no memory of this man. He's right. This is a very odd coincidence. I remember him from my last visit to Mercuria. Brian, right?
Right. Brian. Brian Westhouse. We spent a few days in cramped quarters on a small airship. I'd be surprised if you didn't remember me.
It's been a confusing year. For a while, I remembered nothing. Even when I tried my best to remember, I couldn't. Well, not until now.
I know that feeling all too well, Miss Castillo. So you're back in Mercuria, and in this place of all places. How in the name of the balance did you get inside? People have been trying for years, but this house has strong wards. Venar magic, the oldest there is. And now I understand why. It's a treasure trove. Wait, is that the Annals of Dreaming? Good God, that's a lost treasure. Only 5 were ever made.
Why be secretive about it? I'm sure I can trust him. I'm not sure I want to tell this man absolutely everything yet. I know my way around wards.
So I see. Your talents run deeper than I remember, Miss Castillo. I'm impressed. Pardon my curiosity, but what are you looking for here? Abnaxus himself vanished a decade ago.
It's not that I don't trust him, but... I should trust Brian. There's no point hiding anything from him. It's not... I was just curious about what was in here.
You know what they say about curiosity, Miss Castillo?
It killed the cat?
What? No. Curiosity is the doorway to knowledge and wisdom. Looks like I picked the perfect day for a stroll in the green. I was wondering why that odorous Hilarious fellow wasn't still trying to chop this tree down. Now I know. Let's see if we find anything interesting, shall we?
Mr. Westhouse, Brian. He seems very enthusiastic and friendly. Probably. I have a hard time reading him, to be honest.
Have you found anything of interest? Keep looking. This place is a treasure trove.
Looks like a handwritten note.
Interesting.
It's another one of Abnaxus's notes.
This is fascinating. All those years, and it was right here under my nose. Obnoxus left so much behind. There's a wealth of information here.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer references in the Annals of Dreaming. That's this book right here. And the chapter about the first dream, it's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts, so yes, I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be wardens of the Dreaming One, whatever that means. It's a rough translation. The English language isn't quite up to the task. The Ular and the Yete, one people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yete left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one. It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map? Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains. This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there. I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead.
That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages.
Ah, I knew it! I knew it!
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
Here's another note.
On the matter of the kin and the approaching War of the Balance. By Jove, this is the information we've been looking for. I can't believe it was right here all this time. Your help has been invaluable, Zoe. I'm in your debt.
This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The Soul Stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Clax. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
That sounds ominous.
It does indeed. I don't know about any Soul Stone, but I'm guessing this Clax fellow does. I wonder if Obnoxus means old Roper Clax. April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains. April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of. Sounds like this Soul Stone is important. Finally, something concrete. I'm sorry, did you want something?
Let's see. There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains. I'm sure Obnoxus won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person, if I make it to Cloud Peak.
I can't wait to tell them.
I should get going. Should we
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Obnoxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
It doesn't look like Brian's going to do any damage to the place. He's respectful and curious. It couldn't hurt to let him stay. He might have the best of intentions, but I made a promise to blind Bob. I'd feel awful if anything happened to Obnaxus's abode. He might have... I'm sorry, I don't think I can let you stay in here.
I'm not sure I need your permission.
I...
Only joking. I understand. I'll take my leave now, Miss Castillo. I certainly hope we'll see each other again soon.